is my PowerPoint on work experience. Benefits of work experience. RUC 2016 states one of the benefits of work experience is that it makes you a lower risk candidate. It does this because work experience shows you what the job is like and what the roles and responsibilities you have. The employer then knows that you understand what the job entails. They also know, now you've experienced the job, that you'll be less likely to quit due to not liking it. Someone who hasn't done work experience might decide they want to quit after 2 weeks because they don't like the job. RUC 2016 also states, it also increases your contacts. The saying, it's not what you know, who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know, is very relevant here. This is because sometimes knowing people can get you job interviews and can tell the employer how good you are at a job is better than telling them all of the theory behind the job. Anyone can research a company and show their knowledge, but a few people can demonstrate it in a practical scenario. RUC 2016 also states, it educates you on the field you are going into. If you go into a job with no experience, you will struggle to do the job well due to a lack of knowledge of the job's role. If you do have experience, you will know exactly what to do when you arrive at the job. A bit like working with animals or something like that. If you're working with an animal, you might know all the theory about the animal, but you'll never know the practically best way to sort of look after it. Pros and cons for working with ProStars. The three work placements I will be discussing are ProStars, Freedom Leisure Personal Trainer, and the University of Gloucester Nutritionist. ProStars has a lot of strengths, one being the job is locally based, so it's easy to access the offices and the schools they work at. A weakness is there is no progression within the company and the wage stays the same, which is low. Another negative is the financial aspects. By this I mean you need a DBS check to work with children. This means you have to spend £50 just to do the work experience. Matten 2014 states coaching is about guiding players. It states this is one of the reasons this job is rewarding. This shows me the job is very rewarding and makes you feel good when you guide the participants to success, which is a good pro. Freedom Leisure. Freedom Leisure Personal Trainer has its upsides, one being the job is local. It also is a well-paying job. Freedom Leisure 2018 states the job offers progression within the company. This is a definite plus side. A negative for me is one of the personal traits needed to be a personal trainer. That's discipline. Kenworthy 2007 states a personal trainer should have the discipline to practice what they preach. By this I mean lead by example, be in shape, be healthy, and live a healthy, positive lifestyle. This is something I would struggle with. I have quite a lot of bad habits, such as using like a vaporizer and stuff like that, and if a client ever saw you using that, they would sort of think, what does this guy know, because he's treating his body like rubbish. Yeah. University of Gloucester Nutritionist. This is a very good job to get. One of the positives is that the wage is very good. Bickerstaff 2008 states the wage varies between $40,000 and $100,000 a year. That was in dollars, so this is roughly £30,000 minimum. This is definitely the highest wage of all three jobs. A negative of being a nutritionist is tedium. I know this based on experience I did through my college BTEC course. I found tedious writing out diet plans, which is quite a large side of the job. Boyle and Holden 2013 state writing a diet plan is a major part of the job, as well as computer skills, and that doesn't particularly interest me very much, so I'm not keen on that one. My decision based on all of the pros and cons I've outlined is ProStars. ProStars is the best fitting job for me. This is because it is close to my home and other jobs, and because the other jobs, because I like the rewarding side of the job, I'm choosing this one. I think the other jobs have too many cons and not enough pros, whereas ProStars was the opposite.
So what are the key pros for ProStars?
The key pros for ProStars were it's locally based and it's really rewarding. So I'm quite into job satisfaction rather than really high wage. So if I was looking for a really high wage and didn't really care what the job was, I'd be more likely to go for the University of Gloucester, because because it's a very high paying job, but it's tedious, as I outlined. Whereas ProStars is the opposite. It's a low paying job, but the satisfaction of working with children and guiding them through them to success in sports is very rewarding.
Thank you.
Negotiating placement. In order for me to get the work experience placement, I decided to meet the employer and discuss what I'll be bringing to the company. This shows I am committed and eager to work there, whereas a text message requires less effort and shows you aren't as keen. I also wrote a cover letter. According to Doyle 2018, cover letters allow you in narrative form to tell the employer exactly why they are hiring you. Instead of the numerous other candidates, it is a good decision. This shows writing a cover letter is an effective way to capture your employer's attention and a good way to show them why you are better than the other candidates. So if there was two candidates, one sent a text message about why they think they should be hired, and the other one sent a cover letter outlining very clearly what they would bring to the job role, they're more likely to choose the person who put the effort to make a cover letter rather than the person that typed up a quick text message. Yeah. Aims and objectives. Overall aim of work experience is to teach 35 hours within the 4 weeks at my current school clubs, after school clubs and PE lessons. Week 1, teach my 5 after school clubs and make sure I have session plan drawn up for each class during week 1. Week 2 is teach my 5 after school clubs and 3 PE lessons and make sure the sessions are filled with coaching points during week 2. Week 3, teach 5 after school clubs and make sure the sessions are progressive in week 3. Week 4, teach 5 after school clubs and 3 PE lessons which show clear progression with elaborate lesson plans in week 4. Responsibilities. During my sessions for work experience, I'm required to carry out certain roles and responsibilities. For example, according to HUN 2002, when a child is dropped off at their school, teachers and coaches are legally required to take the role of the parent. This is commonly known as local parentis. For 2018, another responsibility is safeguarding. Safeguarding is a necessity for teachers and coaches to carry out on a daily basis. This means making sure the children are safe. All 2018 states it might be useful to think of safeguarding as being the filling cabinet and child protection is simply one drawer. I love this quote because it clearly demonstrates the meaning of safeguarding. It is simple. Safeguarding safeguarding is making sure the children you are teaching are safe. If you see a man pointing a camera at the school from outside the school, you should report it straight away and take the children inside. This means the children are safe from the potential predator by the school gates. So that's sort of an example of safeguarding. One of the roles as a coach is a recent study came out with some shocking results by Austin 2017. They showed that sports coaches have a larger impact and influence on young athletes than parents, teachers, and religion and peers. This is unbelievable results because religion and parents are very influential people and things. Religion literally tells you what you can and cannot do in your daily life. To say that a sports coach is more influential is quite astonishing. This really shows the importance of a sports coach being a role model. Gallagher et al. 2000 suggests being a counsellor will benefit the children because you can help them solve their emotional problems. As an influential person in their life, they are more likely to listen to your advice. What I expect from academic supervisors and placement supervisors. Career Guide 2009 states supports this slide. I expect my work experience supervisor to have good communication skills. This is because if they have some information that I need to know before entering a school, such as learning difficulties or medical conditions, which I'm not supposed to be made aware of, then I'd obviously need to know before I went in, because the child could get very upset by the way I act as a coach if I treat him like everyone else. or even worse if they're asthmatic or have some sort of medical condition like that. And I don't know about it, and I start doing running in my session, and they don't have an asthma pump, they could end up in hospital with an asthma attack. One of my limitations is coaching qualifications. By this I mean I don't have any, and to teach certain sports you should have a level 2 qualification. UCAS 2018 states you need a coaching qualification from the national governing body of the sport you're coaching. This shows you have the knowledge to coach the sport and the experience. A problem with coaching schools is that you can only do it in term time and you will not get paid over the holidays. This makes it harder to support yourself financially. Unfortunately, another limitation is fuel. You have to drive to each school, and some are 40 minutes away from where the offices are based. This means you do an hour and 30 minutes of session for £10 and you have to spend all that money on fuel. Priorities. When I'm coaching, I'll be prioritising certain responsibilities. This includes things like risk assessments. CAPRA 2007 states a risk assessment should be conducted before every session. This is because the children's safety should be a top priority. The risk assessment would be things such as checking for potholes on a football field, checking for like dog mess on the football fields. Another priority would be creating a session plan. This is because schools expect a high level of effective sessions for the sports premium money some schools receive to put to good use. That was by gov.uk 2018. If the sessions are bad, the teachers may as well do it themselves and save their money. This is a priority because it means the obesity rate in children will drop over time if our session plans are good and effective. We'll be helping children get more active basically, and over time sports development will increase if they're enjoying the sessions, which if they're good they probably will. Obesity rates will drop. Weekly plan. In this section of the presentation I'll be doing weekly plans to demonstrate what I will be doing each day that I am coaching, making sure that I'm adding progression to improve me as a coach. Week 1. First day would be Monday. In the morning I plan on doing a warm-up for a Williston swimming group. In the afternoon observe other coaches throughout the rest of the day's sessions. A study by De Vries 2013 states warming up is crucial for preventing muscle injury and soreness. Is crucial for preventing muscle soreness. He also states a cool down is equally as important. This means I'll be progressing onto developing a cool down as well. This shows planning a good warm up is very important. The second day I'll be doing on Tuesday, plan a warm up for a football group, and then observe the other coaches throughout their other sessions. Study by De Vries again states warming up also prevents injuries as well as just preventing muscle soreness. On Friday, the last day of the week, plan a warm up for a multi-sport session, observe other coaches doing the rest of their sessions again. A study by De Vries states warming up prevents injuries again. Right, to progress on to week 2, instead of just planning a warm-up, I decided that planning a cool-down would be good as well. So Monday would be the first day, plan a cool-down and a warm-up, observe other coaches and ask for feedback on what you've done so far. A study by Lung 2001 states asking for feedback and receiving constructive feedback can help the efficiency of the working environment. You will have to help me improve as a coach because I will be in a much better position going forward because I'll have had the feedback on how to improve. Tuesday is the same. Final day for week 2 is taking into account the feedback given, plan a warm-up and a cool-down to a higher level, and then observe the sessions and ask for feedback. McNabb 2016 states observation and experience is the 2 sources of all improvement. Week 3, this is progressing on a little bit further. Monday, plan a session for the swimming class based on the knowledge I have gained from observing the other coaches. Make sure contingency plan is in place. Coach the entire session with minimal assistance. In the afternoon, and for the justification is Captain 2007 states a contingency plan is an imperative part, is imperative when coaching in case something goes wrong. For example, if someone is sick in a swimming pool, a contingency plan would sort of tell you what to do in that situation. So get the kids out, obviously, get the pool cleaned, but you'll have a plan of something to do in between those 2 times, so you're not wasting time. Friday, still week 3, is plan a session for the multi-sports class based on the knowledge I have gained from observing the other coaches. Make sure the contingency plan is also in place again. Ask for feedback on the sessions you have done all week and ask how you can make them better. That's for the afternoon. Ferrero 2006 states a contingency plan is very necessary in case the session doesn't go to plan. Right, this week 4. I'm progressing on further. Plan a session with objectives. So far I've done obviously warm-up, cool-downs. I haven't actually outlined clear objectives for them, so plan a session with objectives. Coach throughout the day, making sure I coach the exact activities that are on the session plan, is in the afternoon. Justification is Ferrero 2006b states setting objectives helps to structure the session plan and helps justify why you are doing certain activities. On Tuesday, it will be plan a warm-up, cool-down and a session plan, outlining clear objectives. In the afternoon, we coach throughout the day, making sure I coach the exact activities that are in the session plan. The justification is Todd 2009. Progressional programs are often used in rehabilitation because gradually increasing intensity helps the body heal gradually without overloading it too much. The same theory works for education. If you overload the brain, you won't remember everything. But if you gradually add progression, like I have throughout my weekly plan, your knowledge of coaching will increase. By the end, you will be coaching at a very high standard. Right, final day of the coaching is Friday. Create a full session plan, including warm-up, objectives, session, and a cool-down. So it's putting everything that we have sort of done separately together. Ask students for feedback as well as the coaches. States feedback is one of the most important aspects in student learning. In this scenario, I am like a student who wants to help, who wants to develop knowledge and experience in coaching. This means feedback from the children as well as the other coaches will really help me, and as it gives me 2 different points of view. So obviously the children will have different opinions on how I am as a coach than the other coaches are. The children might think I'm great because I'm doing really fun games, but in reality, it might be completely unrelated to, say, a swimming session. I might just be playing games the whole time and not actually teaching them how to swim. So the coaches would point that out, and the kids would tell me if they enjoyed it. Proposed dates for review. I believe the best dates for review would be once in the middle of the placement to discuss progress and maybe even ask for advice, and once at the end of the placement to discuss how it all went. Benefits of this placement to me. This placement has helped me develop as a coach by providing me with the knowledge and experience to tackle any challenges that could arise whilst coaching. It has taught me how to manage students' behaviour effectively and how to manage children with different learning difficulties. It has also helped me understand different rules in schools and the correct way to conduct myself whilst there. On top of all this, it has helped me understand the roles and responsibilities of a sports coach. Benefits to the company. E4S 2016 states work experience benefits the employer because it is giving back to society by preparing young people for the world of work. E4S 2016 also states you have a bigger pool of young talent to choose from. This means the more work experience candidates you take on as a company, the more work experience you can choose from, basically. So the more people you have coming for work experience, the more people you can choose from that have valid experience in the exact company they're going in for.
And you will also save a lot more money on training because you don't have to train them with the work experience for free. So the amount of training you've got to do initially will be less. And then these are just my references.
Okay. On your plan, you state that you do a warm-up first. Why would you do that and not just deliver a whole session?
I wanted to progress it slowly, so I didn't want to just jump in with a full session and perhaps not be very good at it because I don't have a clear understanding of each individual section. So I thought if I started with a warm-up, I could sort of get that sorted, understand it fully, and then maybe do a cool down, understand that fully and be really confident of that, and then do a session, and then I can put it all together, having sort of not necessarily mastered but understanding it very well, each section, and then when I put it together, it should be a very well done session plan. That's the theory behind it.
Okay, thank you.